Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the A word of the day. And the word for today, December 3rd, 2024, is in all our affairs. We tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. That is taken from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 106. And here's a reflection commentary. I find that carrying the message of recovery to other alcoholics is easy because it helps me stay sober and it provides me with a sense of well-being about my own recovery. The hard part is practicing these principles in all my affairs. It is important that I share the benefits received from AA, especially at home. Doesn't my family deserve the same patience, tolerance, and understanding I so readily give to the alcoholic? When reviewing my day, I try to ask, did I have a chance to be a friend today and miss it? Did I have a chance to rise above a nasty situation and avoid it? Did I have a chance to say I'm sorry and refuse to? Just as I ask God for help with my alcoholism each day, I ask for help in extending my recovery to include all situations and all peoples. We're getting, as the year closes out, we're getting to the heart of recovery. And we tried to carry this message to alcoholics. That is our job when we do this. And to practice these principles in all our affairs. And what are the principles? The principles laid out in the 12 steps. You know, Buddhism has a very concise way of approaching things. For the problem of the suffering of humans, they say, 1, there is a problem, 2, there is a solution, and 3, this is the solution. And that's nice and concise. Mathematicians who really tried to get everything down to as few words as they could say, they would say that is very elegant. And the person that wrote this seems to imply that it's easier. You know, we have to practice it in all our affairs, not just our affairs with other alcoholics, but with our family, our relatives, our extended family, our friends. And that is, at least for me, a hard part. I become comfortable with people. I think I know them, and I don't give them sometimes the same consideration I'd give to someone I'm working with intensively through meetings or groups. And we have to practice this in all our affairs. When reviewing my day, this is what I myself call an examination of conscience at the end of the day. Did I have a chance to be a friend today and miss it? Did I have a chance to say I'm sorry and refuse to? Or did I have a chance to rise above a nasty situation and avoid it? I'd like to talk to that. I had to go to the store Wednesday to pick up a shrimp platter and a few other things for Thanksgiving. And one of my triggers is people at the supermarket. I just can't help myself. I'm getting better at dealing with it, but it still pushes my buttons. People, especially larger people, and I'm large myself. I'm 6'3", and I take up a good part of the aisle. Will park their cart on one side of the aisle, bend over looking for something, and totally block the aisle instead of having the cart on the aisle, the side of the aisle where they're looking. Sometimes it's every single aisle that I go in. And before I got an AA, I would make, the manager would know about it, the department manager would know about it, and it just, but now I'll just stand and say, excuse me, and a lot of time they're elderly people. I'm elderly myself. I'm not hard of hearing. So then I have to raise my voice so that they'll move. I don't know how long they're going to be there. People behind me, people on the other side of this person. I say, excuse me, can I get through? Oh, I didn't realize I was blocking. So my solution. So I approach this kind of like a continuum. You know, you have very poor health and you have very good health. People, unless they're dead, remain somewhere in that continuum. And my goal is to improve my place in the continuum. And I think I've done that. I think I do it because I do seriously take the examination of conscience at night. When everything's quiet, I'm in bed, and before I start reading, and I do not like to be like I was before. I just don't like it. I'm not a nice person. Things really tick me off. And another one is a person with 50, 60 items going through the checkout line. I've actually had that many, and there was no one in the express checkout line, and they have called me over, and I said, no, I'll wait here because I don't like it done to me, because someone could come up and back of me and really be ticked off at me, and it's just for express, and if I don't have express items, then I'm really willing to wait. You know, so we practice it in all our affairs. I have a problem with one of my sisters. I don't know what the issue is. She won't talk to me, and I haven't been in Rhode Island in 6 years. We talked when we were up there. I just don't know what it is. And I've sent her letters. I'm not letters, email, and it just... Well, I have sent her letters. I sent her a birthday card with the Dunkin' Donuts card in it, and I don't hear anything at all. So I tried asking my other sister, and she won't talk about anything that's going on with the family. So, well, all I can do is be nice, be gracious, and eventually, if she wants to talk to me, she can. Of all the people, she married a Muslim guy, and of all the people in the family, I was the one that treated him very nicely. I wasn't upset that he got up to go say prayers or anything. I wish I had that kind of, not attitude, but fortitude to do it 5 times a day. But anyway, they divorced, and they divorced since I've been in Florida, and I never even knew they were divorced. Except one of my brothers said to me, oh, no, her and Jay broke up. He's somewhere else. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've known people that have lost their children, and then after 20 years, they return. You got to be patient. It's not I want what I want right now. I want God's will, and maybe this is His will. Who knows? And so this is very complicated stuff to practice this in all our affairs every single minute, and we get better at it. That's the thing. Don't beat yourself up if you're not perfect at it. You know, we try, we start making amends, and then you learn to do it continually, and then you learn not to even get in the situations I've mentioned. Um, you know, when I was bowling, taking a picture of my friend Manny, who was an excellent bowler, getting strike after strike, and I wanted to get a picture of him getting a strike, and I had the camera and I had the flash on, and I got it in somebody's eye, and he just happened to be drunk, and he wanted to go outside and have a fight. I apologized to him, and I apologized over and over, told him I wasn't going to fight him, and then finally his friends got on my side and calmed him down. So I did that right away. I didn't say, well, if he doesn't cause any problem. I went right over to him. I said, I'm very sorry. It was my fault. I take responsibility. But initially, he didn't want to hear that. And that happens, but you can't change your opposition and say, all right, let's go outside and fight, because no one would gain from that. You know, it was just before I left, so I was in my 60s, and what am I going to do against a young guy? And even if I did something, what would that have proved? So that's it. We're getting more intense as we finish up this year. We started at the early steps, and now we're concentrating on what this all means, how it comes together, how we bring the message to alcoholics, and bringing that message to other alcoholics helps us stay sober, and it reinforces unity. And that's my take on it. So God bless, and have a good Tuesday.